Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Let's talk some ADA. I want to give you guys kind of what's happening with Cardano this week. Thank you all for watching, and make sure you all subscribe down below. Smash that like button. We're going to dive into the charts right now, show you exactly what Cardano and the rest of the market's doing. And then we're going to get into some talking about ADA because there is an analyst out there thinking that Cardano is going to see a crash. And then also we'll show what's going to happen this week. There's three things we're going to talk about, and let's get down into it. Okay, so here's the overall crypto bubbles. Please remember though, guys, not financial advice. Whatever I tell you guys in this video, obviously it's just my own thoughts involving my crypto assets. Okay, but Cardano, and this is kind of a mixed bag here on this Sunday, but Cardano is very interesting to talk about because now 11th in market cap. We are trading at 34.8. But we've had a good week and month, 4.1 and 8.1% respectively. But this is a day where we're down 1.7% for ADA. So we're going to keep an eye on the number 11th ranked crypto in total market cap, sitting here at a $12.5+ billion market cap as we currently are recording. Okay. But this is what is going to happen and going into a price prediction and overview for this week. All right. This is where we've seen a little resistance here on the 7th of September, where we saw the move that we came up from 31 cents and then we hit that resistance. Now, once we hit that resistance, sellers came back into the fold. And then as we showed earlier, Cardano continued to kind of decrease. And we've since been on a little steady decline. But still, it's important to understand that despite not breaking through this resistance, we are still up as we look at ADA over the week and month. Okay. Now, in the short term, another thing, if we turn to the 12-hour or 4-hour candles, we have seen the momentum in the last 2 days become very bearish. Like I said, not breaking through that resistance is kind of contributing to a little bit of this bearish sentiment. However, the biggest thing to take away from this is that the buyers are still dominating on the weekly. So out of the last 5 weeks that we've seen Cardano, despite seeing this pullback down to where we're at right here, right now, down 1.7%, as we failed to break through that resistance, this is where we've seen Cardano getting a lot of momentum, right? So buyers are still entering the fold, and to get this confirmation that the bulls are back in full effect, the biggest thing for ADA is going to be breaking through that 37 cents resistance. Okay, so that's kind of what's on the time frame. But I did want to kind of segue into this conversation where we do get an analyst talking about Cardano's recovery, seeing that the ADA price is destined for a 33% crash. And this is going to be the last thing that we're going to talk about here in this video. But the overall bearish sentiment continues to rise. Now, compared to a lot of the other crypto market altcoins, we have seen kind of a underperformance by ADA, struggling to really have any kind of price gains. But in this kind of overall analysis, right, we talked about 3 of the key points for this week in breaking through that 37 cents. However, stating that the overall negative state of the crypto market, talking about how a lot of the altcoins are in what we call quote unquote a bearish rut, as he disclosed. That's something where we see Bitcoin brushing, all-time highs, and altcoins have been lagging below. Okay. And that's kind of where I'm at. That's how I feel about it. For me, it's always been Q4, Q1, Q2 of 2024. And as we enter 2025, that's the 9-month window after the presidential election that we do see a lot of momentum. That's where I think historically September has been a horrible month for crypto. And quite frankly, if you ask me, I think we've been weathering that storm pretty well. Okay. So right now, Cardano has a lot of negativity, staying below that 200-day EMA, and that's something where we look at the long-term outlook for Cardano. That's going to be very much a bearish indicator. And given that bearish indication and kind of the state of mind that we're in, this is where we can look for this to continue. And what we see is that we might get more bears enter the fold. So despite seeing a lot of the buying that's happening, right, that I talked about a little bit earlier, this analyst is believing that the bears are going to dominate kind of that back and forth, and that we will see Cardano fall about 33%. I personally don't agree with that. I think that if we do get Cardano to quote unquote crash, I think that's where we're going to get a lot of buying opportunities. All right. Anytime that Cardano drops below 30 cents, that's firmly a place where I look to accumulate. That's something that I view as being kind of that accumulation range where it's just way too cheap. Okay. Whether or not you believe Cardano hit all-time highs, that's a whole nother discussion, but I do think anything below 30 cents is kind of a safe bet, especially with what Cardano's doing, right? We know the Chain hard fork. They've started their own meme coin kind of ecosystem, if you will. And I think that if that does end up taking some kind of fruition, like we've seen with Tron, so on and so forth, I do think Cardano is going to get a lot of action, a lot of people will find a reason to get back into it, because quite frankly, there isn't one for or against the case with Cardano. You either believe in it or you don't. And if you don't, then you're just on the sidelines, and there's other crypto altcoins out there outside of Bitcoin, okay? But that's kind of what we're at. If we do break through 37 cents, I do think Cardano is going to become bullish. That's my take. I think that's going to be contributed by a lot of the overall market sentiment. That's just my thoughts and opinions. So if we do see Bitcoin going to run and Cardano breaks through 37 cents, then I think the narrative as it relates to Cardano will eventually turn bullish, and that's where we're going to be at moving forward. So appreciate you guys watching. That's my little update with what we have going on with ADA as we wrap up the week and get into the new week here. September, it's kind of rough. Let's just weather the storm, get back on it, and then hopefully greener days are in store as we get into Q4 of 2024 and beyond. So appreciate you guys. Remember to subscribe on your way out if you have not already done so. Also, if you're looking to onboard with exchanges, I do have links down below to some of the exchanges I'm sponsored by. Feel free to click those links and sign up below. All right. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.